Hey guys, Michael the Mechanical here with an update video, and in this video I'm telling you there's going to be a video on the way about this head and the cam braking that I did. It's not perfect, it's something I don't want to get my hands too greasy for because, okay, I gotta take that off, see if I can turn the cams, no. So it's still a little bit tight, too tight, but the good news is the top caps have been shaved a little bit, sanded, emeryed, whatever, and now the tops don't have any wear marks. There's no tight spots in the top caps apparently. However, there's potentially tight spots in the bottom part of the cam. Next up, we're actually rebuilding Dad's pump, so his parts aren't here. Not all of them, some of them are, some of them not. And we found out that it's an SW11 that's meant to be on it. Also note the seal isn't here. So right here on this table is about $1,400 worth of parts, just under $1,400 worth of parts, because we are going to be rebuilding the Triton's engine in 3 to 6-ish months, I reckon it will roughly be. Hopefully we can afford to do everything that needs to be done when the engine comes out. On other news, I've been working on this today. We're not actually making any more videos for this car because it just needs to get on the road ASAP. We don't have time to muck around making videos and editing and stuff and moving camera tripods around that are broken. So the tripod is actually broken, so I can't really record with it, and so we have to get new bits to insert into the tripod to fix it because the legs keep falling down and the tripod falls over. So today I've had my hands in a very tight spot and I put this thing in, but the problem is you can't really get this dipstick out without potentially cutting out a section of this or bending it, or potentially even bending this out of the way because it's in the way, and so you have all this interference. So this is coming along nicely. Next is the fact that now another step's been completed on this car. There's some more work to be done under here. But if you can see, there's a drive shaft now in the rear of the transmission going to the differential in the back. I don't know if you can see that because camera angles. All the drive shafts are in the vehicle now, so there's no reason to get under there. Also, the pipes are in the transmission for transmission oil. I don't know if the bolts are tight enough because there's one that pivots a little bit, but I can't get the spanner in there to tighten it up, so I'll see if I can find a smaller spanner that's thin enough to get in there and tighten that bolt. I'm getting bitten by mosquitoes. One other thing we got to do is get a new cap or even a new overflow bottle and fit a new one to this vehicle because of that one being bust. We should really be, blocking up these holes in the pipes and any plumbing so dirt doesn't go in the system and contaminate it. It's not going to be that major a problem, but still is a problem. And then you have spiders going into the plumbing. Same with the radiator here. We should have put something to cover them. And the best thing we can do at the moment is just to face it away and hopefully not damage the fins while we're at it. There's all this junk under the table. Ow. It's cutting into my thumb a little bit, so I don't want to do that. Let's see, what else have we done? Nothing other than we've got a brand new battery on the ground to go in. There's a video coming up for, not the battery, but the cylinder head and what was done to get it to where it is at now. You can turn, actually I remember I could put the big socket on there and do some work. Triton. Also lots of ants getting in the house, so we've got a baits, well not baits, but a deterrent outside, so then they're going somewhere else instead of here. So this car's still in same nick it was in last time you saw it, but things will over time terraform with this vehicle because there's just so much work to do on it. I don't know, I haven't checked yet. No, it doesn't sound like the tray's loose here. Nope. Normally when I lift the tray up, it tells me if there's bolts loose or not. Nope. Is there a loose bolt here? That bolt could be loose. So this one right here could be loose, but I have no idea. It sounds like it because it's going bang, bang, bang a little bit. And I'm driving down the road. It also could be the doors. Ants You put sugar in a bottle, you put a little bit of water in there, and they go for the moisture and the sweetness, and then they make their own little holes and nests and whatnot. Just dig up the ground and take dirt back home. There's a little chip in the hole in the wall. That's new. Chips in the wall. Maybe that's how they're getting in the house, because they are getting in the house and causing a bit of problem. I'm gonna sneeze in a second. Excuse me. That's my furnace. I was thinking about replacing the windscreen. I actually broke the road rules and I never got a fine for it. I haven't yet. And it was at a red light camera, so this sticker is literally going to fall off the window. This is terrible. It also wears out these blades quicker. You'd want these sort of stickers for the inside of your car, not the outside. Also, that white mark seems to be the scratching marks into the windscreen. These are deteriorated from the sun, so they're not UV resistant. So it's one reason why they're buggered up, I believe. Unless it's actually the colour. No, they literally are deteriorated from the sun, because you see how it's black in there but it's grey on the outside? I'm pretty sure that's not painted or coated. But it could be coated, and I'm just dumb. I've got brand new ones of those if I really want to put them in. But the reason why I'm not worrying about this windscreen is because you see this chip in the window? I can't do nothing about it. That's damage to the windscreen from all the rocks hitting me, and then dirt filling up in holes and distorts the screen, and then that rips up my blades. I've been hit by a couple of rocks. So there's one there, one there. It's just holes in the windscreen, and that makes these not work as well. So I have to replace this windscreen, because just those little chips is all it takes to ruin my day for visibility, because this doesn't clean as it should. I've got lots of other work to do, but this is getting a rebuild, which is a good thing. This thing hasn't been serviced, and it should have been, but obviously the owner doesn't really care. It's overdue for its service by a few months. And there's the Super Wagon again. Now, I just remembered the last thing I wanted to show in this video before I end it, and I'm on a bit of a tight schedule, tight on time and everything, because I've also got another $700 worth of parts coming. That's right. You guys want to see if this cam is actually turning by hand. So if I put this in, so there you go. There's what the cam looks like with this. I couldn't do that before. It was that tight. It wouldn't turn with that tool in there. And that tool's also the wrong socket. That's a 19mm. That's a 17 bolt. So it's not the right size, and it does damage. I've also got 2 or 3 of these. I thought I had 3, not 2. I could be wrong. I could just have the 2. I don't remember. I knew that I needed lots of extra oil because I go through it like crazy. I was sure I'll have to go do some homework and check my pictures just to make sure that one hasn't gone wandering. It could be just the 2 plus all of our stock of filters, and there's some oil. So the Ryco is the more expensive one. Super Cheaps have a higher flow than the SCA brand filters have a higher flow than the Rycos, but the Rycos have that anti-flow back valve and are of a much higher quality. They just don't have the same flow rate as the SCA one. So the SCA one is better for flow, and the Ryco one is better because you already have pressure when you turn the key. Because I noticed this in my car. I'm not running expensive filter, I'm running a cheap filter. When I crank up the car, oil light's on for a few seconds and it goes off. And normally that's just on at startup, and then bang, straight away oil pressure. I believe that the oil filter does determine whether or not you have pressure like this or not, because you have oil that has to travel up, and without that anti-flow back valve, oil is coming back down and into your filter assembly or back out into the sump. So it's going backwards, forwards, your oil. Okay, that's about it for the video, I reckon. I got to organise some stuff. I just remembered, thank you. I got to put this stuff in my car, because when I do get called in, I got to take this stuff down to the shop and do a test fit of a part. I'm actually not sure if it's in there or not, the RW12. So I got to get on with this quickly and make sure I got everything. Thank you all for watching. This is Michael Mechanical. I'm signing out. I'm going to have a good night, and then I'm going to go back to work and earn some money to keep working on my car and to pay off my bills, because I don't actually, believe it or not, I don't actually have the money for all the parts that I've just ordered. I just got them because they're on special. So $300 is what I've spent on my car in the past 7-8 months, and $1,200 of that was straight up, I own that money. Half of the money I'm owing now is on a couple of cam bits and pieces that are in a shed, so I don't completely own them yet, but I'm going to own them soon. And then I have some parts that I've ordered for suspension, so I haven't ordered the gas struts because they're expensive, $200 each, and I'm like, wow, I can't afford that. So I bought $700 to $800 worth in parts suspension wise for the front end to rebuild it, and that's so I can try and get rid of the thing in my steering where it's like too much play, and then when the wind picks up the car gets pulled one way or the other. I want to get rid of the play. I want to make the car drive in a straight line, steering wheel straight, everything straight, and also make sure the wheels aren't wearing out on a weird angle. Thank you for watching. This is Michael Mechanical signing out. Go get all my work done. Bye.